Namaste, friends all over the world. Awaken is a breathwork meditation that energizes, relaxes, and guides you to deeply self-reflect on your life. I'm Manish. I've been on a journey of teaching yoga and meditation the last 20 years, and I've distilled all of that into this practice. Prana is that which animates all of us, you, me, the trees, animals, the volcanoes, even the sun. It is this prana that we seek to master through the art of pranayama. Also, a deep understanding of the oxygen, carbon dioxide levels really helps. And we find that it is when the carbon dioxide is slightly higher in the system, the body has to cope with that. And in that coping, we understand how to deal with things like anxiety and so on. Now, globally, we are eating too much. In the same way, we are breathing too much. And this over-breathing is leading not just to asthma and those kind of conditions, but also to psychosomatic conditions like anxiety and stress. About a quarter of the people experience anxiety. Our work today is going to be able to look at breathing and to do some breathing techniques, and then we close out with a meditation. Here's what we're going to do. We'll first begin with cathartic movement. I'm going to take you through, and then we'll practice together. And that will help you to release stress. A lot of animals do this. They move the body to remove stress. And then after that, we're going to be able to do some spinal activation, because all the pranic centers, the chakras, are found in that space of the spine, not in the physical, but in the prana body. After that, we're going to start with our breathing techniques. But first, we're going to ask ourselves, what am I going to do with this enhanced level of energy? Having the right intent is very important. Otherwise, excess energy, wrong intent will be a problem for people around you. We begin with Kapalbhati Kriya, that will cleanse the nostrils, the mind. Bhastrika Pranayam is bellows. That's Bhastrika. So that forceful breathing will ensure that because you're throwing out a lot of carbon dioxide, what it will mean is that you might feel a little lightheaded. Now this is the basis for modern breath work, whether it's shamanic or any breathing technique. This forceful breathing is useful training. Now you want to breathe slow throughout the day, but some spurt of quick breathing helps to maintain the resting breathing rate lower through the day. It may also lead you to experience heightened states of consciousness if you do this continuously for a long time. But please remember, go slow, don't do too much too quick. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do very slow breath. And this may be challenging initially, to be able to breathe in for 20 seconds, hold the breath for 20 seconds, and exhale for 20 seconds. So this will see to it that you come into we call this ujjayi, or slow breathing, and therefore you become much calmer. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to see whether we can hold the breath for about 40 seconds or a minute. So this is called kumbhak. Retaining the breath is the real art of pranayama. It's very good to be able to breathe slow. When you're having an attack of anxiety or anything, it's good to just hold the breath. So you slow down and not overbreathe. If you can do this, it's a doorway into meditation and to understand your deeper self. After that, we'll do Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, which is alternate nostril breathing to balance my mental Ida and physical Pingala energies. This is critical for health. Once we've done that, we'll come down to breathe into a slow cycle of about 5.5 breaths a minute. So inhale for 5.5 seconds, hold, and slowly exhale for 5.5 seconds. So this is the most beautiful breathing pattern to do through the day. It kicks in the Mayo effect of the heart and the brain synchronicity. It's very, very important to be as relaxed as possible. While we do that, we'll close out with a meditation technique, self-reflection technique. So friends, let's get started. I wish you all the very best. And let's first begin by bringing our hands into a namaste, asking ourselves, what will I do with my life with more energy? I hope we're going to serve more people with more energy. Now, our first work is just to start to loosen out the limbs. This movement is a cathartic movement, and I invite you to do about 100 such steps. You're releasing all the stress patterns or the thought patterns that may have accumulated. And you can blow. Remember that you always want to breathe through the nose, breathe slowly. Here, the blowing. Now, let's give the natural movements of the spine. So first, stretch the spine up. The second movement of the spine is a backward bend. At that point, you have engaged the thigh and glute. The third movement of the spine is just to drop down, forward fold. The fourth movement is a sidewards stretch of the spine. Each of these, what it does apart from activating the spine, is it stretches the lungs. So this lung elasticity is very important. And the fifth movement of the spine is a twist. Before we begin our breathing, let's do this one technique wherein we are going to move the spine up and down. And now we're getting ready to start our breathing work. So take up a position that we call Sukhasana, or if you're sitting on a chair, see that the spine is straight. Now, this is very important to ensure that the spine is straight through this practice. I'm going to start to play some ohms to time our work. So first, block out one nostril, exhale out 10 times in Kapalbhati. The other side, 10 times. Both the nostrils together now is Bhastrika Pranayam. Active inhale and exhale 108 times. If you have high BP, then you don't do 108, you do a lot fewer than that. 108 is what we do if you're comfortable. For the next set of our breathing, if you're comfortable, you can place one heel at the perineum so that you're stimulating the flow of prana up through what we call Sushumna Nadi in the spine. And what you're going to do is you're going to inhale for 20 seconds. So very slowly, beginning to inhale, then you'll hold for 20 and exhale for 20. So start to inhale. Now, hold the breath inside for 20 seconds. If you're finding it difficult, be as comfortable as you can. We're trying 20 seconds. In a week, you'll get really good at this. Now, slowly take a micro inhale and start to exhale for 20 seconds. Once all the breath has gone out, pause. We'll start the second round. Inhale, and with the eyes gently closed, the eyes are at the eyebrow center, and the tongue is rolled up to the roof of the mouth. Just sitting still. Hold the breath for 20. Very gently take a micro inhale and start to exhale for 20. Initially, you'll find that your exhalation is not a smooth process. It will get better in the first week itself. All the breath is out, pause. Now we'll add a bit of a visualization. As you inhale, visualize a white light of prana moving up through the spine. And by the end of that inhalation, you're looking focused at the eyebrow center. As you hold the breath now, your eyes are focused on the eyebrow center. Take a micro inhale, and as you exhale, visualize the same white light go back down the spine, back to the base of the spine. Once all the breath has gone out, pause. Last time, inhale, up the spine, visualizing white light. Hold the breath. A micro inhale, and then we'll start to exhale, visualizing the light come back down to the base of your spine. This is a Kriya. Now, we're going to take an inhale and then close our nostrils and practice kumbhak, or the retention of breath. So inhale, close your nostrils, and just as long as you're comfortable, little more than that. Take a micro inhale and slowly exhale. We did that for 40 seconds, and you can build that to a minute. You'll find it difficult initially because the body starts to panic when the CO2 carbon dioxide level goes up. It's an old evolutionary response, but managing that is critical to maintaining mental health, especially when you have stress and panic. We go into Nadi Shodhana pranayamas. I invite you to pull in the first two fingers. Now block the right nostril. Inhale through the left, and you can visualize this white light go up the spine. Close both the nostrils, hold the breath in for double the inhalation time. Now, start to exhale through the right, visualizing the white light go down the spine. The exhalation should be double the inhalation time. Once all the breath has gone out, close. Inhale through the right, visualizing the light come up through the spine. Close nostrils, hold the breath in. You don't have to count, but you should just know that you're holding the breath for more or less double the inhalation time. And then, as you start to exhale through the left, it should be long, double the inhalation time. As soon as you do a longer exhalation, the vagus nerve helps the entire body to relax. Once all the breath is out, close. Going to do 2 more rounds. Inhale left. Close, hold. If you're holding nice and tight, you'll find that the mind is blank because there is no breathing. Exhale through the right. Close. In through the right. Hold. Now through the left. Close. We'll do one last round. In. Hold in. Outright very slowly. Close. In right. Hold it in. The breath is at the interface of body-mind. Exhale. When you want to manage the mind, we manage the breath. Close. Now friends, let's do Mahabandha. And this is a practice wherein we're going to blow out, pull up the anal genital space, pull in the navel, lock the chin, so that the energy that's usually dissipated, the prana that's dissipated, is locked in an area called Shushumna Nadi of the spine, where Kundalini is supposed to rise. Here, we are just energizing the spine. It also has a benefit of giving you homeostasis. The hormonal environment gets balanced. Pull up the pelvic floor, pull in the navel, lock the chin. There is no breathing going on. When you cannot hold any longer, release the locks and inhale. 2 more times. If you're having your periods, you avoid the bottom 2 locks and only do the chin lock. Last. Now friends, let's look at a meditation together. But before that, let's get our breathing in sync. So you can be seated in a position that you're comfortable in. Let the index finger and thumb touch. This is symbolical. This is more practical. This will give you structural support. The back is straight. The eyes close at the eyebrow center. We call that Shambhavi Mudra. And the tongue rolls to the roof of the mouth. We call that Kechari Mudra. This is Jnana Mudra. And you're sitting in Siddhasana or Sukhasana. And as you slowly inhale, let's look at what it is to do 5.5 breaths per minute. So starting now, get ready to inhale, and I'll tell you to inhale now for 5.5 seconds. Start to exhale for 5.5 seconds. Inhale, 5.5. Exhale, 5.5. Third inhale. Exhale. Fourth inhale. Exhale. Fifth inhale. Exhale. Starting the sixth inhale. Keep breathing like this. Be as relaxed as possible. Bring your awareness to your feet. You don't have to move it, just be aware of your feet, ankles, knees, thighs. See whether you can relax your hips, lower back, so you're comfortable. Upper back, chest. Relax the tension in the neck and shoulders. The arms, the wrists and fingertips. Be aware of your facial muscles, the straightness of your spine, arriving in this moment. Bring your awareness to visualize yourself lying on the floor as if you were lying on your deathbed, as you would be laid to rest when we die. See your body covered with a white cloth. Initially, it may be a little difficult to be able to watch your body from above, but you'll get better with this practice. We're going to do 3 meditations, short ones. First, be aware of 3 to 5 people who you think will be there when you die. And ask yourself, am I engaging, am I living well with these people who are so dear to me that they'll be there at that last moment? Am I living and engaging today well enough with them? Would I like to spend more time with them? Our second meditation, be aware of any quality by which you would like to be defined when you die. How would people speak of you? Some quality rather than your achievements, but some quality of yourself. This could be a few. Our last meditation. Let's ask ourselves, how can we serve more? How can we serve people, the world, anything that they're passionate about? How can we serve more since we still have time here? Be aware of your breathing, slow, easy breathing. Bring your hands into a namaste. There's a quote by Gandhi: the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Let's offer gratitude that we are alive for another day of living. 150,000 people die every day. We have the gift of today. Let's offer real gratitude for another day to live. Remembering our own intent of sankalp, maybe for the month, for the year ahead, I resolve. State it 3 times with a deep emphasis and awareness silently to yourself. Starting to rub your palms together. Create a lot of warmth. Take that warmth to your eyes. Once the darkness slowly settles, take your time to very gently open your eyes. Namaste, dear friends. I thank you for this journey with your deep self. I thank you for joining me. And let's see how our breathing improves, and I look forward to seeing you again.